So Dan, you're back in the country after a month away. It's been a busy time.
Yeah, been really productive. I found lockdown quite enjoyable in that way that I often don't get time to sit down, reflect and plan a bit more. So yeah, plenty of work done, and been over in Denmark for the past 4 or 5 weeks or so, both for work but also for a bit of racing too. They've sort of handled the COVID situation a bit better, so good block out there.
I'm assuming that there was lots of different things that you were doing out there. First of all, you were working for someone out there, doing some work for someone out there. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, so since November last year, I've been working with the Danish Cycling Federation. Been pretty open about that, and obviously Worlds went really well, and we're all in towards Tokyo. And then the delays happened. So if anything, it's been one step back to hopefully go 2 forward towards Tokyo. We didn't need 12 months, but we're going to take it. That's
so
for sure.
You'd be their aerodynamicist?
Yeah, so I've been working with 2 of the guys, Martin Toff Madsen, who I'm sure most time trialists know, he's pretty quick, and a guy called Casper van Volsack, who was bronze in the team pursuit in Rio. So we're like the 3 guys in the R&D, as it were, plus a pretty cool mechanic in Mads. And yeah, we just, anything on technology, equipment, strategy, all that kind of stuff is
I guess that must be quite a bit of fun when you're working with guys who've got the same aims and aspirations that you do and are into the tech and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's just a nice environment because we're all similar age, similar approach, similar upbringing, similar backgrounds, that kind of stuff. So we just have full autonomy to pretty much do what we want with the budget and find the gains that we need for the guys and girls going to Tokyo.
And you found time to do some racing?
That too.
Just time trials or?
Yeah, just TTs. So they had a few road races out there, but I didn't actually take my road bike with me.
Right.
I didn't have enough space. So I drove over to Copenhagen, and trying to take all your turbos and everything else with you is a bit tight on space. So I did a time trial in Bornholm, which is an island just off the coast of Sweden, Danish island, which was 8k. It took me about 13 minutes. It was pretty hilly. It was basically a 3.5 minute hill climb, a quick descent, and a 3-minute hill climb. But it was live on national TV. That was quite cool. I was 7th. I think it was a handful of seconds off the podium. Wasn't my kind of course, but that was a nice kickstart.
We're talking closed road?
Yeah, everything's fully closed roads out there. Live timing, cameras, camera bikes, marshals following
and
you.
on TV.
And on TV, yeah. They really do time trials properly. And then myself and Joss, we went up to Trondheim in Norway to do a time trial, the Norwegians Cup last week. And again, closed roads, live timing, the lot. It was absolutely amazing for 20 quid race entry. They really do time trials properly over there. And just a really cool course as well. Not your standard distances, it was 21 point something K, and only one corner to brake on, and just a bit technical, quite hilly. Just, good honest time trial.
And I'm talked to a few of the guys about this. The fact that the hour record and the record breaking at Bolivia, the COVID thing caused it to be stopped, postponed. Are we talking cancelled or postponed?
I'd still say postponed. It's a bit of an unknown nonetheless. Like Bolivia have not handled things too well. It's just the country they are and the systems they have. It's very hard to contain that. So that's quite frustrating. In the meantime, I've been all in to have a go at the sea level hour and try and beat Wiggins, and had a run at that 2 weeks ago it was now, over in Odense. So I did half an hour block into 2 10-minute blocks, bang on pace, so that's quite nice.
So that's a little goal in the future?
Yeah, the plan was to do it during my time over there, but the way everything fell with getting commissaires and all the other stuff in line, it didn't quite happen. And I wanted to do it as a head-to-head with Toff Madsen, so we both do it on the same day, and best man wins. Because at the end of the day, and I was always, whoever rides the furthest, but it's nice to square up against someone and make a bit of competition out of it. So whenever our calendars align in the next few months, hopefully we get it done.
New bike. Well, are we talking a new bike or are we just talking a...
So it's actually the same bike that I won the bronze medal on in Harrogate. But a few little changes. So it's been to Bold Designs. Unfortunately the sun is not shining today, so you can't see the lovely spectra flare, but he stripped it to nude carbon, and when you look at it in detail you can see the weave of the carbon under the spectra flare hue, which is quite cool. Saved a little bit on the weight front, as much as I'm not a weight weenie. It all sometimes adds up. New wheels, tyres, bars, extensions, new watch up animal extensions. Just really happy with these. And
so how much have you actually had a hand in manufacturing? Because I know you had something to do with the frame.
Yep. So originally, it was 2-3 years ago now. Wow, we've been Ribble quite a while now. We're doing a lot of development on the base frame and looking at how you can improve that. So stuff around brakes, brake calipers, mostly around non-UCI things. So you can look at their Ultra Tri version. That's where the benefits have really come to the fore from the CFD and the Winter and the track work they're doing. Yeah. They're doing a little bit more now too, so there's a few more cool things in the pipeline. Just good company to work with.
Oh yeah, and obviously the new, I gather they're new, the new watch shop
extensions. So we've been through
all the cables are hidden and
hidden, fully internal cable routing, and we've even got my junction box in there. So these like ergo grips, you can change the hand grips out to any shape, profile that you want. Change the armrests, move them in, move them out, up, down, tilt adjustment, angle adjustment, the whole lot. Yeah, it's something we spent a lot of time on, myself, Grant and Mike in Watch Shop, and really focused on making a product that we can properly hang our hat on, and made in the UK, which is a big win for us. We always like to support British manufacturing where we can, and it's quite nice.
And looking at that paint job, I mean, are we talking something that sort of, it's weight conscious, but also looks good?
Looks good, and aero as well. So there's a few cool things that Baldy does that just work on slightly reducing the skin friction.
It hasn't slapped a whole lot of paint on it, basically.
No, if anything, Baldy's quite a weight weenie, so he's like, I could probably like scrape a bit on this. I was like, look, don't worry about 2 grams. But so relative to my other Ribble frame, I think we're about 300 grams lighter for the frame set, all in all, which just is kudos to what Baldy's done there.
Back in England, straight back into time trialling. First race on the bike after its reassembly. You've got 2 events this weekend.
Yep.
Why these courses?
So I live like half an hour from here, 20 minutes, half an hour. So it's a bit of a no-brainer. I rode out last night, checked the course out. But yeah, just nice to do a few local TTs, and then tomorrow up in Levens. Cal's up there racing as well. I've raced once there before and just thought, well, we're back. It's not too far away. It's about an hour and a half from here. We'll give it a go. See what the legs are like, and give the bike a shakedown.
And I assume he's local too.
Yes, he literally lives around the corner from me. I don't think I've raced Grant in a time trial ever. I'll have to check with him, but I legitimately I don't think I have. So it might be our first ever TT head-to-head, which could be quite fun.
And what's the difference between your bike and Joss's bike?
So paint job wise, nigh on the same. She doesn't have a nude carbon base. This got a black carbon, so it's in weight slightly heavier, and it's a bit more of a consistent finish rather than looking at the weave underneath. Beyond that, so she's got a slightly different frame set, integrated headset, stuff like that. But pretty much everything else is the same. The group set, wheels, tyres, extensions, all that. Running a very, very similar setup. And actually our contact points are pretty similar too. Saddle position, extensions, all that. So within reason, we can pretty much swap bikes over if needs be. If Di2 was to die or something.
Final question, time trialling. How do you think this whole COVID thing is going to help time trialling? Because it seems to be. There is other racing at the moment, but not a lot. The time trialling seems to be, I think it's 180 riders at Coventry tomorrow. It's just mad.
Wow, probably should have ended that one. I think, I definitely believe it's going to be a good thing for the sport. Every bike shop you go to, they can't get stock. They're selling out bikes left, right and centre, and inherently, some people might pack it in a few months' time, but I think quite a few are going to stick with the sport, and there'll be a lot of growth in the next 6, 12, 18 months. And time trial is just such an easy one to get into. There's very little pressure to perform. It's just you versus the clock, and I think that's quite nice and honest. And obviously, it's the most socially distant aspect of the sport, which makes it super easy to put on in an environment like this. So I think it's really, really good for the sport, and I hope CTT take it as an opportunity and really try and grow it and bring more people in, because there has been a little bit decline in time trial in the past few years, and things like electronic timekeeping, that kind of stuff could really benefit the sport, and I hope they take that opportunity.
It's going to be quite a mad month, isn't it?
Oh, most definitely, yeah.
Okay.